We'll take the same company that we showed last time, but now add EBITDA margin, gross profit margin, and operating expense margin to the table. And then when we calculate all the deltas and averages, we see that the EBITDA margin goes up by 5%, the gross margin goes up by 2%, and the operating expense margin goes down by 3%. We expect all these movements to drive positive value creation. We already knew that the EBITDA change at 10 gives us EBITDA growth of 49.5. That doesn't change. But now the inclusion of the average EBITDA margin into the revenue growth formula brings it from $99 million down to a much more reasonable value of $27.2. The 5% increase in EBITDA margin gives us EBITDA margin expansion of 22.3, and as expected, adding up revenue growth and EBITDA margin expansion gives us the total EBITDA growth of 49.5. Further, the 2% increase in gross profit margin gives us gross margin expansion of 8.9, and the 3% decrease in operating expense margin gives us operating margin reduction of 13.4, and these terms add up to EBITDA margin expansion of 22.3. We see that these values give us a much more reasonable looking chart. Here, both revenue growth and EBITDA margin values are contained within EBITDA growth, and also both the gross margin expansion and operating margin reduction values are contained within EBITDA margin expansion.